Last season, right here in Huntsville, Alabama, Western Kentucky had a magical run that saw them claim a Conference USA title and punch their ticket to the NCAA tournament. Tonight, they begin their title defense. It's the final first-round game as the 7-seed Hilltoppers face the 10-seed FIU. This is the CUSA Championship on ESPN. Taking a look at the bracket, just a moment ago, UTEP punched its ticket to the quarterfinal round where they will face the 1-seed Liberty tomorrow night. Western Kentucky and FIU hoping to join them. Awaiting them, Jacksonville State, the 2-seed. And with that, we welcome you inside Probst Arena. Alongside Paul Nazian, I'm Matt Warner. Naz, so much parity throughout Conference USA. We've talked a lot about that, including in this matchup. These two teams split during the regular season. We begin with FIU. They finished in last place. But you don't have to go back long. Just a year ago, they were in this exact same spot, the last seed, and they stole a win on this court. What makes them believe they can do it again?
Yeah, I mean, just, you know, their win-loss record aside, they went through this conference and played everybody tough. And they're a resilient group. And Coach Ballard talks about how they love each other, they love to fight, and they believe in themselves. So, you know, they're playing with house money out here. They did it a year ago. Who says they can't do it again?
On the other side, Western Kentucky, they were bitten hard by the injury bug, probably more than any other team in Conference USA this season. And yet, Hank Plona has kept this group together, and they have confidence coming into this tournament.
Yeah, they've had their ups and downs, and, you know, you get to this point in the season, and coaches really measure their words. Yeah. What do I need to say to the team? What do I want to say to the team? They went into a meeting and coach said, I didn't have to say much. Once the guys started talking, he goes, I could hear it in their voice. They talked about last year's run. They said, we can do it again. He knew the guys believed. He said, my guys are ready to play.
All right, let's take a look at some of the impact players in tonight's ball game. We begin with FIU, and we begin with Jaden Brewer.
Yeah, a bright spot certainly for the Panthers this year. Jaden Brewer, what a scorer. He gets all honorable mention all conference this year. He was the 11th leading scorer in the conference. A great slasher off the dribble. Coach Ballard has challenged him tonight to pick up his work on the defensive end.
And on the other side, a guy who's had a whole lot of success in this tournament before, Don McHenry.
Yeah, Don McHenry, what a player a year ago. He's ready to make another run at it. All-conference second team. Listen, he's not a big rah-rah vocal guy, but he's got the heart of a lion. He's one of those guys bringing the passion. He's ready to make another championship run.
All right, let's check in with the third member of our crew now, Annie Corey. Annie?
Matt, Naz, even though Western Kentucky won 3 of its last 5 games, Hilltoppers head coach Hank Plona told me that we've struggled to handle the downs that have come along with the month of February. He said it's uncharacteristic of a championship caliber team. He said whenever we found ourselves in a hole, we've responded with desperation rather than keeping level heads and trusting the process. But he's confident in what his team can do. He said that they're confident. Remembering what happened last season, they know that they can win any game that they step on the floor to play in. And the response starts now for his Hilltoppers.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Annie. This WKU team got manhandled in their final game of the regular season, 90-61, a loss on their home floor to Liberty. And you say, oh boy, you're not playing all that well going into the tournament. They lost 4 straight heading into this tournament last year. As all they have to do is look back to a year ago. They weren't playing their best ball, but it all came together in Huntsville and led to that championship.
Yeah, again, you can kind of clean some things up on the court, but you got no prayer if their minds and hearts aren't in it. And that's why, you know, we talked about that in the open, how you go into a team meeting and you can get the temperature of the room, yeah. And the guys are like, hey, he knew that stuff's all behind them. They're ready to battle, and they got a good team, and you're going to see it tonight.
All right, let's take a look at how this matchup shook out during the regular season. All the way back on January 4th, second conference game of the season, FIU won, and won pretty handily.
Yeah, look at that
night. That one down in Miami. Flip it over to here just Thursday night, and it was Western Kentucky coming out on top, 76-67. So it's been less than a week since these two teams have faced each other. Oh, by the way, we just saw that same scenario in the game that happened right before this, and the team that got beat Thursday won handily. We'll see if that's a trend moving forward. Who knows?
Who knows in this conference?
Who knows, but certainly familiarity between these two squads. Here's a look at FIU head coach Jeremy Ballard in his 7th season, as he's trying to see if he can't steal a win for a second year in a row here on this floor in Huntsville. Remember, they knocked off Jacksonville State a season ago. His roster very different than it was then, but a big positive for them is getting their big man, Vianney Salachum, back. He did not play in their final regular season game against Middle Tennessee. Was having a little bit of an injury he was fighting through, but he is back for this one, and that is a huge lift for them. Western Kentucky controls it. They will start with the basketball. Marshall gonna hoist a long two, foot on the line, deflected and taken away by FIU. They'll push it up ahead quickly. That's part of their game. They want to get out and go as much as they can, speed up the tempo a little bit. Pass inside, knocked out of bounds, and it will stay with the Panthers. This FIU squad, they've lost 3 straight coming in, including a 78-56 loss on Saturday at Middle Tennessee. Little soft touch there from Ashton Williamson. He gets the first bucket of the ball game.
Yeah, nice curl off the inbounds by Williamson. They're bringing that pressure. Western Kentucky breaks it. Now they can go into their half-court offense.
In the last meeting between these two, Western Kentucky only 7 turnovers against this FIU defense. You take care of the basketball against FIU like that, a lot of success is going to come your way. And there's a little floater up and over the big man. Jalen Jackson gets it to fall.
Yeah, great penetration is a big part of what they do.
Feed inside, Salachum. It's double teamed. That pass nearly sailed over the head of Williamson. Fortunate to track it down. Trying to feed the big man.
Yeah, they had it.
Abar had it, lost it, and it will go to Western Kentucky.
Abar looking for the call. He must have been back in the locker room in the previous game because the whistle did not blow often.
It was a physical first ball game here tonight between UTEP and Sam Houston. See if we get a similar whistle here in this one. You showed some pressure, now back out of it.
Yeah, they mix it up and keep you guessing. Sometimes it's full court man, sometimes it's just kind of a token full court to get you thinking. They'll bring some traps sometimes as you bring the ball over half court.
Henry comes off a screen, now looking to find a teammate. Gets it to Marshall, 5 on the shot clock. Bayless looks up, sees it, gonna try to make something happen. Drives off the window for 2. Braxton Bayless, a transfer from Niagara, has really come on in the second half of the season. Brewer surrounded and draws a foul. All right, well, we have a moment, Naz. Keys of the game. How do you break this one down?
Yeah, well, for FIU, the bigs have got to be big. And so they FIU always gets great guard play led by Brewer, but if they're going to win tonight, they got to get big performances by Salachum and Abar. Those guys are certainly capable. They got to contribute for a balanced attack. And for Western Kentucky, we've already seen it twice, off the bounce. Listen, they run some great offensive actions, but then when nothing develops, they got guys like McHenry, Lander, Jackson, Bayless can all go off the dribble. That's how they've scored their first 2 baskets.
The post there, now they'll back it out. Jackson drives, kicks to McHenry, little bobble, now to Bayless. Right back to Jackson, 12 on the shot clock. He's calling for a screen, now hands off to Keita. Bayless, another late shot clock situation, this time turns it over. Brewer picks him off. Wheeling, dealing through traffic, skying to the finger roll for 2.
Wow, he just glided through the air with the finger roll of old.
Jaden Brewer, double-digit score in all but 2 Conference USA games this season. Kid out of Indianapolis, Indiana. He is slender of build, but he makes a huge impact on the floor.
Yeah, and he gets those long arms into passing lanes, and he can be quite a nightmare on defense, too, when he's really got his mindset on it.
Marshall nearly lost that basketball. Fortunate to get it back. 3 on the shot clock. Jackson gonna have to go to work. Step back, hoist. Off the rim, offensive rebound for Marshall. WKU will get another crack at it. Marshall goes into traffic, denied. Salachum with the rejection.
That was big. Talk about the bigs being big.
Abar hoists the 3. Too strong. Salachum, offensive rebound, kick out. They'll get another opportunity. Here's a 3 from the other side of the court. That doesn't fall. FIU, the worst 3-point shooting team in the conference, one of the worst in the nation. That has been their Achilles heel.
Yeah.
They just haven't been able to knock down shots from beyond the arc. Good pass. Cada, he takes a shot from Salachum, draws the foul, and we'll get to the line.
Yeah, they're certainly not going to rely on the three, FIU, but they got to hit a couple of them. And you know, if you can get Brewer a couple looks, Williamson.
FIU, yeah, averages just under 5. Lost the handle, and it's taken right back. That one loose again, a whistle this time. A little bit of helter-skelter here early on. Probably playing into the hands of the Panthers, the way the style has been thus far. 6-6. Big Red likes what he sees so far, I think.
We're tied up early at 6 apiece here at Probst Arena. Panther senior Jonathan Abar, he's worn the hard hat this season. He's someone who Coach Ballard describes as a vocal leader for this team. Following the end of last year, Jonathan had a surgery that required him to have 8 screws put in his ankle. It was such a tough recovery process, but what's so amazing, guys, is that Coach Ballard told us that Jonathan's been the same guy through it all. Day to day, he still sets the tone for this team. Coach added that Jonathan's never searching for rest. He never opts to take the easy way out. Coach Ballard ends up having to limit his reps because he says Jonathan will never do it on his own, but that toughness, that grit, Coach loves it, especially at this time of year, Matt.
Yeah, he's the same guy, but walking through those metal detectors is a real problem. You know what I mean? No, he is a great kid. I remember Naz last year, I think back a year ago, we went to an FIU shoot-around.
Right.
Everybody getting ready for the game, and he was off on the side by himself just rehabbing that ankle. He couldn't take part in this event. So you feel good for a kid like that who battled back from such a serious injury and now gets to be out here on the floor and try to make some plays in the conference championship.
Yeah, he's already got a basket, and again, I think him and Salachum are going to have a big day and keep FIU in this thing.
Bayless, again, up and over the shot blocker. Just cleared the hand of Salachum as he gets it to fall.
Yeah, that's when they're at their best. I mean, again, they run some nice action early in shot clock, but then when it gets late, they got 4 guys out there that can go off the dribble and be effective. That is what the Panthers have to defend.
Jones gets it out. They swing it now. Trying to feed the big man. They get to Salachum. Double team comes. Can he pass out of it? He finally does. 5 on the shot clock. Williamson, not sure he's aware.
Good recovery by Western Kentucky.
He has to throw up a prayer, nearly banked it in. Western Kentucky playing great defense on that possession. Now McHenry walks into a 3. Left it short. Offensive rebound for Lander.
Good hustle by Lander to run that one down.
That'll stay with Western Kentucky.
Yeah, Western Kentucky did a great job defensive, scrambling out to shooters, and then you know they can.
You know, as one thing I was going to say with these 2 guards of Western Kentucky, whenever you talk about all their injuries, all their struggles, all the reasons that maybe they are not as good as they could have been, you always end it by saying, you know what, they still have McHenry and Lander. And with those 2 guys, there's McHenry. Either of them can go off on any night, and if they go off on the same night, Western Kentucky's cruising. So like they are that type of explosive, game-changing score.
Yeah, and McHenry and Lander were big pieces a year ago with that championship run. So those guys are leading the quest of, hey, shake off the regular season. We're here now. Let's make another run.
3 ball on the way, off the mark. And the rebound pulled down by Dante Wilcox. Right now, it's tough to get good looks on this offensive end for FIU. Not a lot of clean attempts. That time they just take it strong, draw the foul. That was Asim Jones that'll get himself to the line. Jones had a great night in the first meeting between these 2. In fact, his season high, 17 points against the Hilltoppers. A little shaken up after that mid-air collision.
Yeah, hard contact in there. They play at such a fast pace, the Panthers do. Sometimes they get a little too fast.
Yeah.
You know, it's like they move that ball around, but you got to find a quality shot and just sell yourself just enough.
Jones Jr., transfer from College of Southern Idaho. Rattles out. He scored about 9 a ball a game for the Panthers. Team in FIU, you know, they lost their top 2 scorers from a season ago. Arturo Dean left and went with former Western Kentucky head coach Steve Lutz. He's at Oklahoma State. And then Javante Hawkins, the explosive guard, he graduated. Then on top of that, Jaden Lipscomb, FIU loses him to injury. He was one of your three-point threats that's suddenly gone as well. That one sailed a little too tall. They were looking for Enoch Columbe and ended up out in the media seating.
Even 6'6" Columbe could rise up to get that one, but yeah, FIU, man, they just, that's why you got to tip your cap to them. I mean, they had so many things against them, but kids love playing in this system. Coach Ballard gives them a lot of freedom.
Pass.
Oh, wow.
And no whistle. That's just going to go out of bounds and stay with FIU as Leroy Odiahi challenged that shot.
A lot of contact there. They're letting them play.
Gets to this time of year, Naz, and it's just swallow the whistle. Let the boys go to work.
Right.
And if you bring it in that paint, you better be a man.
Yeah, that's right.
8 on the shot clock. Salatum spinning away from the double team. Pass in, denied again, but a whistle this time. It's Jaden Brewer getting himself to the stripe as he was able to take a little contact.
Yeah, Salatum does a nice job. He kind of steps out to create a lane. Nice slash in there by Brewer. I think the block up top was clean. Somebody grabbed his arm on his way up.
Odiahi was whistled for the foul.
Okay.
Brewer gets that one to rim home. Scoring just over 14 points a game. Also leading them in rebounding. Which, I mean, you look at him again, slender build, but unafraid.
Unafraid, and you know, Coach says he goes, he may not show it, but he's in the weight room. He's got himself stronger. You have to in this league. You certainly have to when it's tournament time.
1 of 2 from the stripe. 10-8 ball game. Western Kentucky leading. 13 to go in the first half. Christian Lander backs out. And stepping out of bounds was Tyrone Marshall. Went to drive the basketball. Just dropped that foot.
Yeah, you want to get your perimeters nice and wide, spread that defense out, but Marshall got a little too wide, stepped out.
Chance for FIU to tie this one up or take the lead. Drive, contact. Oh, the denial. Marshall up top with the rejection. FIU keeps the basketball and will reset. 14 on the shot clock, and now it's stolen away by Marshall.
Man, two good plays by Marshall. The block, the steal.
He can give you a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Big man, but very athletic. We've seen him bring the ball up the floor.
Yeah, he'll shoot a 3 also. Very skilled, multi-skilled at the
Columbe, he'll hoist the triple. That's way off the mark. The FIU will live with that shot attempt. Abar looking for help. Now trying to back his way in. Spins over 2 defenders. No, the follow also no good, and it pinballs around 2 Hilltoppers right there for the rebound. Neither able to grab it, and the ball will be FIU's when we come back. A little bit of a slow start offensively. 10-8, Western Kentucky leads.
Welcome back. I'm joined by Hilltoppers head coach Hank Ploma. Coach, you told us today the keys were effort in defense, effort in rebounding. What's your assessment of those 2 areas so far?
I think both teams have done that pretty well. It's kind of been a sloppy game on offense, but both teams are defending and rebounding. So we got to keep that up on our end, and we got to figure out the offensive side.
How can you improve offensively?
I think better ball movement and player movement. We're standing around a little bit. They're in the gaps a little bit. We're confused on what to do. We just got to move the ball. We got to move and make cuts and shift the defense a little bit.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Guys.
Yeah, you know, I'm impressed with Hank Plona.
Yes.
Right? Your first year as a head coach, and then on top of that, I mean, I could run through the whole list of guys that have been out with injury.
Yeah.
You've had to mix and match and play lineups you'd probably never envisioned that you would have to, and yet he has kept them competitive. You know, they end up 17 wins on the year, and again, it's a team that people are saying, like, listen, you don't want to face them if their guards get going. And so, just a lot of credit to him moving over. I know it's just 1 seat. He was an assistant last season with this squad, but it's a whole lot of changing that happens when you slide over that 1 seat.
Right. Yeah, he's done a really good job kind of making it his own.
Wild shot off the mark. Salatum hits the deck, and a foul is going to go against Western Kentucky. Right now, it feels like FIU's offense is just drive and just throw up a prayer.
Yeah, and either Abar or Salatum will go get it. And I mean, whatever works. It's not been pretty, but that's sometimes you expect these gritty, rough and tumble kind of games when you get to conference play.
Well, we told you, top offensive rebounding, sometimes a missed shot is their best offense, you know? They crash the glass hard. They're looking to find points that way. St. Jones backs it out. 12 on the shot clock, calling for a ball screen. Here it comes. Tries to turn the corner, cut off. That one went through traffic, ends up in the hands of Gittens. Not his intended target. He got a good look, but couldn't connect. Western Kentucky quickly the other way.
Yeah, good job by Jackson pushing that ball.
Lander, pull-up jumper. Left it short, followed it, and put it in. Followed his shot, was there for the putback.
That's what they teach you when you're a little kid first playing, and he did it. Everybody else kind of watching. He knew right where it was going to come off.
He had 19 in the last meeting against FIU. Again, one of those guys that can get hot in a hurry.
Yeah, a guy that's really come into his own and really found himself this season.
He was a highly touted kid out of high school. Salatu misses the short one. Western Kentucky comes away with it. That was the best look FIU's had in a while.
They got to make those. You're not going to get a lot of them tonight against this Western Kentucky defense.
Lander, again, just kind of probing against that defense. Gets in the paint. Off the rim, no. Deflected and taken away by FIU.
Yeah, they got a few guys, as we mentioned, that when they get on the dribble, they can just try to find a seam.
Another three. That one too strong out of the hands of Gittens, but a foul call on the rebound. That one will be called on the Panthers. Right now, FIU 3 of 16 from the field to begin this ball game. 18%.
Yeah, and what really compounds their issue is they've gotten some looks from 3, but that's not their forte.
They're 0 of 6 from beyond the arc. Maybe more than you probably want to shoot at this
time. Right, they're very uncomfortable. So everything is having to be off the dribble. And man, there is just no room to work.
They missed their last 10 shots now from the field. Bayless kicks out. Marshall now goes inside. Edelin just checked in, puts it on the deck, now gets it back to Bayless in the corner. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Bayless hangs with the right hand. Oh, that would have been a high degree of difficulty. Instead, FIU goes the other way. Brewer trying to back his way in. Now surrounded, looking for help. Kicks it out to Williamson. Right back to him. The drive, the hang, partially blocked. That was Marshall that got a piece of it.
Yeah, I mean, Brewer had space, but he brought the dribble right back into the defense. He just felt uncomfortable taking a 15-footer.
Marshall kicks out. Open 3, off the mark. Marshall with the offensive rebound and the putback. He is everywhere.
Yeah, he is having a great game. That time the offensive rebound, but saw him get a steal and a block shot.
This pro WKU crowd starting to make some noise. A lot of red across the way as folks made the trip down. Not too far of a drive. Abar kicks to the corner. That 3 missed everything. Cole Williams an air ball. Now 12 straight misses from the field for the Panthers. McHenry drives, has it denied, and saved inbounds by FIU. Cole Williams somehow found it and just did save the possession. All of this poor shooting, it's still just a 6-point ball game.
I was going to say that. They're finding a way to hang around. Maybe that's just sort of Western Kentucky not capitalizing.
McHenry can't hit. That one, whistle going to go against Jack Edelin as he tried to get in there for the rebound. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, Western Kentucky shooting 33% as well. Neither of these teams have come out really shooting it well from anywhere, much less 3. We're still waiting on our first 3-point make of the ball game. Ashton Williamson will bring it up court, the freshman for the Panthers. He's looking for somebody that can put the ball in the basket.
Yeah, and Western doing a good job of really sagging in, knowing that penetration is probably coming.
Williamson off the mark with that 3-point attempt. He has a team-high 27 threes on the year, shoots 36%, so respectable, but that one off the mark.
Yeah, I mean, they're having to take a few because that's what Western is just. They're sagging that defense in and just giving them open looks, so you got to keep it honest and take a few. There's some
pressure trying to turn it into a steal. They get it. A little soft touch, rims out. Oh, Williamson puts his hands on his head. He can't believe it.
Yeah, they got a steal and a great look. Can't convert.
Elin in the corner. Gets to the free throw line, circles around, kicks it back out. Colombe trying to use his strength, muscles one up and gets that to fall. Enoch Colombe get out of Quebec with his first bucket.
Yeah, you saw it right there. Late in possessions, they had all 5 guys on the perimeter, creating a wide open lane. Colombe takes it in there for the basket.
About 5.5 minutes since the last FIU bucket from the field. Williams. Listen, there's just no driving lane.
Yeah.
Everything is cut off. Williamson throws up a floater off the window, halfway down and out. The offensive rebound, the putback doesn't fall from Wilcox.
They're getting some decent looks.
Last couple have been there, and they just haven't gone through. Western Kentucky a chance to stretch this lead a little bit. McHenry backs it out. Under 7 to play here in the first half. McHenry fouled on the three-point attempt. He'll get himself to the stripe for 3. Well, if you like defense,
you're in the right place.
You don't like three-pointers. This is your game. Western Kentucky leads it by 8.
I've got FIU head coach Jeremy Ballard with me. Coach, when it comes to shooting the basketball, what else can your team do besides just regrouping, refocusing that way?
Yeah, we just got to concentrate and finish. We've had a lot of good looks that have gone all the way in the rim and gone out. We can't let what's happening on the offensive end impact us defensively. I think our defensive effort's really good. Obviously, we can't foul in the act of shooting on a three-point shooter like that, but we just got to keep fighting. We've got to respond. The best response team's going to win today. Team with the best spirit's going to win today, and we got to make sure that we're that team.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
You know, Naz, one thing we've heard from coaches around this league whenever you talk about FIU, they all say it. That team plays hard.
Yes.
Like, no matter what their record is, no matter what, how they may be outgunned in some ways, like, they always play hard. And in a lot of ways, they have to make up for some deficiencies, but that also speaks to what Jeremy Ballard preaches day in and day out with this squad.
Absolutely. You can see they respect him. He just loves his guys. They have this system that is fun to play in. It's not an easy system to play in, but one thing, they have belief in each other, and there's no quit in them. They keep fighting regardless of their deficiencies.
Jeremy Ballard was an assistant at VCU under Shaka Smart. He told us before, like, Shaka's fingerprints are all over what we do defensively. They want to create that havoc, and they want to try to speed people up. Like Smart's teams did so well back in the day at VCU.
Yeah, and you got assistant coach Rodriguez over there, who was the point guard off of those teams. So you got a couple guys that know that system and are trying to impart it here with success. It's been a little hard coming, but there's no quit.
I need to find some success on this end of the floor. Grant in there now, kicks it out. Brewer looking for space. Not much there. Step back 3. Barely drew iron. Offensive rebound. Put back. Bucket in the foul. Dante Wilcox with a much needed basket for the Panthers.
Yeah, finally it falls for him, but Wilcox, great job. That's the one thing that they do so well. They lead the conference, FIU does, in offensive rebounding. Wilcox showed it right there, gets the foul and the finish.
Snapped a streak of 18 straight misses from the field. It's for the three-point play. Off the mark. It's over 6 minutes to go in this ball game. It's been offensively challenged thus far, but Western Kentucky's had the better of it. Lander turns the corner. Kicks back out. 3-ball coming. Colombe off the mark, and the rebound for Salachun. FIU, for the struggles they're having out here, they have played pretty good defense thus far.
Yeah, they really have. They get after it, get passing lanes, speed you up.
Western Kentucky shooting just 35% from the field. This game is it first to 40? Is that what we're going to go to today, you think? Sooner or later, you got to think one of these squads is
somebody's going to get hot.
Get it going a little bit.
Law of averages.
FIU basketball, trailing by 8. Solitude, quiet day so far. You can tell Western Kentucky really trying to take him out of it whenever he catches the basketball in the post. There's a three-point attempt. That hit the rim a couple of times before falling off. Ashton Williamson has had a couple of good looks. Still waiting for our first 3 in this ball game. Keita, good job keeping his balance in traffic, able to go up and finish.
Yeah, split a couple defenders, good body control, soft touch on the finish.
Guy that missed a couple of games this season with a bone bruise. One of the many injuries they've had to withstand. Ball's gonna go back to Western Kentucky. Blaze Keita, transfer from Nebraska. Was there 2 years, missed all of last year due to an ankle injury. Had some knee issues as well.
Yeah, it gives them a true 5, true center position there. Now, you know, they don't get it to him a lot, but he's active around the basket, certainly on the offensive glass.
This team that doesn't get a ton of scoring from the big,
yeah,
in part because of the injuries that they've had to deal with.
Yeah, and they got, again, they usually have 4 guys out on the perimeter that can penetrate. That time it was Marshall right there. They spread it out wide, open lane, and then just, you know, late in possessions, whoever's got the ball can go down and create.
Foul called on Abar. So Marshall to the strike.
We mentioned how Western Kentucky, their defense is kind of sagging because they're trying to force FIU to shoot threes, and that also sort of jams up the middle for guys like Solitude and Abar, who were kind of saying they need those guys to contribute. That just kind of compounds the problem of that sagging man-to-man. There's just no room to operate or get FIU's bigs a touch.
So less than a week ago, Solitude in that game against Western Kentucky, 21 points. Scoreless so far here tonight. If FIU's going to score the upset, they're going to need more from the big fella. But to your point, Western Kentucky is really focused on taking that away. Solitude has it now, gives it up. Goes down, tries to.
So look, as the ball moves around, there's always like 3 or 4 guys in the paint. Western Kentucky is sagging and really clogging up the middle. And so far, it's working.
Solitude catches, a foul on the catch.
It wasn't a lot of contact, but I think Keita put both hands on the backside of Solitude, and that's one of those ones they just had to instantly call.
17th foul on Western Kentucky, so Solitude will go to the free throw line. Big man, 71% free throw shooter on the year. Too strong. You got the rare no dribble free throw routine there. You don't see that a lot.
You've seen some interesting ones over the years.
Marshall on the wing. He has been active here in the first half. Drives, gets to the rim, couldn't finish. FIU wants to run. They really haven't had many opportunities to get out in the fast break and score the basketball here in the first half. Into the contact and the finish. Ashton Williamson went right into the chest of Marshall and able to get the bucket off the window.
Yeah, wow. Took the contact, hung in the air, soft touch off the glass.
Hank Plona calls in a play from the sideline. Jackson, just hesitation to let the defender kind of go by, the body control to finish off the glass for 2.
That's when they're at their best in my eyes, just going off the dribble, spread it out, let guys create.
Corner 3, off the mark. Rebound taken by McHenry on the run. Takes it strong to the rack, off the window. No, the follow by Lander is good. And Jeremy Ballard wants a timeout. Western Kentucky says we can get out and run a little bit too. McHenry couldn't convert, but his buddy there for the follow. (25-12), Western Kentucky, the 7 seed, leads the 10 seed FIU. 3:26 to go in the first half. FIU just 5 of 29 from the field, 17%. At this point, has 3:26 to go. You're thinking, well, if we could just whittle this thing down, single digits, just get to the locker room.
Yes.
Just get to the locker room, down 10 or fewer. You can regroup and try to see what you can figure out on the offensive end to get yourself some clean looks.
Yeah, you get a couple stops, a couple buckets. If you're Western Kentucky, you know, you're kind of sensing blood in the water.
Right.
For you, these last 3 minutes, you want to say, man, let's push this thing out and take all hope away. Let's see which side's more successful.
Gittins gives it up. Williamson swings it around to Asim Jones. They're trying to get it into Solochum. He's taken away. 8 on the shot clock. The feed inside. They kick it out. Now the drive from Gittins. That will partially block. Solochum on the follow.
Wow, mid-air catch over the back. Lay in perfect by Solochum.
Junior out of Cameroon. Really had a good first season with the Panthers. Transfer from Panola Community College. That shot knocked out, now nearly stolen, and it's taken away. No, stepping out of bounds along the far side is Ashton Williamson.
Yeah, look at this body control by Solochum. Odiahi actually blocks the shot. It's floating in there. Solochum gets it.
I mean, that's about the only way. If those feet land, he's not getting any space to take it back up.
2, 3 guys would have just swarmed him.
Defense has been suffocating for Western Kentucky here in this first half. Christian Lander drives into traffic.
My goodness.
Blocked and out of bounds. It'll stay with Western Kentucky. Just under 2.5 minutes to go here in the first half. Take another look at this. Looked like the Gittins come down. Yeah, he came down awkwardly on that ankle. He's getting checked out now. I mean, FIU can't afford to lose anybody in this ball game. Gittins gives you about 8 points a ball game. Looks like he's gonna try to walk it off. He'll check out for now. See if he can get it loosened up a little bit back in the ball game.
Some of those in the moment, it hurts for a second, and you kind of panic, and then you walk it off a little bit. Feels a little better. Didn't look like a major ankle roll or anything like that. It's one of those ones you go over there and lace your shoes up tighter, and keep it loose and get ready to get back out there.
Oh, shot clock malfunction. Get that reset. And we're good to go. Lander thought about the 3. Gives it to Marshall on the wing. Henry trying to feed the cutting big man. Now cross-court pass. They swing it. Lander spots up. Off the mark.
Yeah, they don't get the basket, but I like the ball movement right there.
That's what Hank Plona was talking about earlier. You got to get the ball moving side to side, get that defense shifting.
Yeah, move the ball. They got the ace in the hole is if they run down the shot clock, they got guys that can penetrate. So
steal by Lander.
Move it.
Leaves it up. Marshall walks into it. Can't hit. These teams are now 0 of 19 from 3-point range combined. And now a near turnover. Bodies hitting the deck. We get a tie up. It'll stay with FIU. Hank Plona is fuming right now.
Yeah,
he wanted a travel, I think.
Yeah, he's saying he's rolling on the ground with possession of the ball. And I didn't see a travel there.
I think that was the right call.
Yeah.
What can FIU create on the offensive end? Down 11, a chance to get that deficit to single digits. Wilcox lowers the shoulder. There comes the trap. It's taken away.
Good job by Jackson.
Lander, full head of steam, and that shot will count. Goaltend is, that was off the glass before it was blocked. And so Lander gets 2 more, and Western Kentucky gets a fast break bucket.
Easy call right there. But Lander off to the races. But yeah, that comes from a great play by Jackson to dive down and cause a deflection, taking it out of there, and then results in the goaltending bet.
Brewer hasn't had much room to operate so far tonight. Williamson, double team comes, kicks it out, 3 ball on the way. That goes down. First of the night, Azeem Jones finds the bottom of the net.
That could not have come at a better time. They absolutely needed that. They cut this thing to 10.
Here you go. Your FIU, you're saying, can we get a stop and a quick score?
That's right. They'll have a chance to get the ball back.
Marshall tries to answer. Can't connect. Solitude the rebound, and now FIU with an opportunity to get it down to single digits before the half.
Yeah, just get one shot.
6 seconds difference between shot and game clock.
Try to get one good one and get into halftime and reset yourself.
Jones tried to turn the corner. Had a moment where he looked like he could have hoisted another 3. Now in trouble, looking for help. Late shot clock situation. He's just got to throw one up. It goes down. Azeem Jones with back-to-back buckets. Now the steal. The 3 at the buzzer. Yes! It's good! Jaden Brewer banks it in at the buzzer. What a turn of events in the last 30 seconds of this half.
The turnaround 12-footer was one thing, but then in classic form, they spring the press, get the turnover, and Jaden Brewer has just enough time to launch one at the buzzer.
They're going to take a look at it and confirm that he got it off.
Can you believe this? They cut it to a 5.
If good,
game.
it's an 8-0 run to cut the deficit to just 5. The officials continue to check.
It's an 8-0 run in about 20 seconds.
All right, Annie's standing by right now with Don McHenry. Annie?
Yeah, Don, FIU starting to heat up. They were struggling to shoot it early. What's the defensive mentality got to be from now on?
We just gotta stick with the game plan. We still in the gap, but we gotta close out the shooters, have a little bit more emphasis on it since they seen some shots go in, and defensive rebound and get runouts.
I'm sure you guys would like to be in a bit more of an offensive groove. What can the improvements be on that side of the ball?
I think it's gonna come to us. Jake, like they started hitting shots. We really haven't started yet, and we got a lead, so I'm confident the offense is gonna start flowing better.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you,
guys.
Anything can happen in a conference tournament, and I think we just saw anything over those last 30 seconds. We've got a 5-point ball game at the break. Much more coming up from Huntsville after this. About set to get the second half underway. Western Kentucky leading FIU. It was an offensive struggle on both sides in the first half, but if there's a glimmer of hope, if you're a Western Kentucky fan, they have been awfully good in the second half of ball games this year. In fact, lead the conference with 41 points per game in the second half. Could you imagine a team scoring 41 and a half now? It's hard to imagine after the way these teams shot in the first half, but we'll see. We'll see if the offense ticks up a little bit. Honestly, though, if you're FIU, yes, it's been a struggle.
Yeah.
But this is the kind of ugly, hectic game you want to be in.
Yeah, it's just kind of frantic and chaotic. And again, that's sort of how they made that crazy run to cut this thing to 5. They got to be feeling good in the position they're in starting the second half.
See what Western Kentucky does on the offensive end, especially this first play. They have anything drawn up to try to get an easy look. McHenry takes the handoff. Again, slow start for him in this ball game offensively. Drive, into the corner. Bayless into traffic, just throws up a wild shot. I don't even know if he could see the rim, and that one goes down.
Yeah, somebody was, his whole body was right in his face.
Bayless has had some big games for this team. Think about 27 points and a buzzer beater against Louisiana Tech back at the end of February. He just took that game over.
Yeah, and Coach Plona talks about him being one of those voices that's in there, that when they were kind of in their dark days, he and Jackson were the guys that really kept them together. Look at this. I mean, he just, I don't know how he got it up there, but just sheer strength and will.
Williamson gonna back it out. Get 4 points in the first half. 10 on the shot clock. Bayless guarding him. Here comes the screen. Goes the other direction, gets to the right hand and couldn't convert. Quickly, Western Kentucky the other way. In that last meeting between Western Kentucky and FIU, The Hilltoppers had 18 assists. They have 2 so far tonight, Naz. And there's a turnover. Brewer, 1-on-4, ends up drawing the foul, and we'll get to the strike.
Man, they get down the floor quick.
Brewer to the free throw line. FIU just 2 of 6 from the stripe in the first half.
Yeah, they've done a good job on Brewer, too.
The officials, there was a little confusion on who that foul was called on. Initially called on McHenry. They've now changed it to Jackson. Free throw up and in. Brewer with 7 points now to lead the way for FIU. Jaden's dad, Jerome, played at the University of Houston back in the mid-'80s. We've got some second-generation ballers here.
Pedigree.
Braxton Bayless, his dad, Ron, played at Iowa State. These guys have grown up in the game, now playing it at the highest level.
Now bringing some football.
Finds a cut, and Bayless got rid of it in traffic. Jackson works his way into the paint. That one partially blocked by Brewer. Jackson got it back. Bayless now will drive all the way to the rack for 2. FIU did a good job initially. They got the block, but unable to corral the basketball. That was a really tough entry pass. And now the feed up ahead. Kick to the corner. Marshall thought about the 3. Jackson will back it out. Western Kentucky still yet to hit a 3 in this ballgame. Marshall around A-bar. Thing just stuck on the rim and fell through.
Yeah, Marshall is just so athletic. And the guy, you know, at the 4 spot, saw him there put the ball on the floor, take it off the dribble. Oh my goodness, look at that. He's sandwiched by
swallowed up.
4 guys just converged on him.
Tie up. It'll stay here with FIU. Western Kentucky. At times they've had a little trouble with the ball movement tonight. You heard Hank want to say that. This time, a little bit better job of moving the basketball side to side and then just sticking with it after the block.
A couple times Bayless just sort of finds the ball late in the possession, just attacks the rim for a basket. The trap, let's see if they can scramble out of it.
Right back to A-bar, taking a lot of contact. Brewer, 2 on the shot clock, gives it up. A-bar will shoot the 3, off the mark. That rebound, pinballing around, finally corralled by Jackson, on the move. Leaves it for Marshall. To lower the shoulder, put up the shot, they wave it off. They say the foul happened on the floor. And it's gonna go against Jaden Brewer.
I really like how quickly Jackson pushes the ball in transition. And it just, you know, gets Western Kentucky kind of up and into their offense quicker. FIU still kind of scrambling to find their men, and it results in a foul.
There's another one. Let's get McHenry to the line. Yeah, and he pushes it, but a lot of times you see guys like that that are going to make bad decisions after they push it. At least in this ball game, he has pushed it, but if he hasn't had numbers or what, he's kind of circled around and then set up the offense and run off that. But yeah, you're exactly right. He wants to push tempo and get an easy one if he can.
Yeah, good decisions. You're right. Every possession is going to count tonight. Points are hard to come by.
Solitude checks back in. A-bar will make his way to the sidelines, kind of shaking his head. It's been a tough night for him thus far. Free throw good, and the lead goes back to 10. Jones cut off. Grant just checked in for FIU. Jaden Grant, the senior, he handles it right now.
Yeah, look, you got 5 guys at Western Kentucky all in the paint.
Williamson, the smooth stroke knocks it down. Ashton Williamson has 7 points. And FIU continues to just find enough offense.
To keep in distance, it's amazing. They're just fighting for all they have.
It's a three-pointer, the air ball. Marshall there for the rebound. No, the follow isn't good, and it comes out to FIU. Ooh, very nearly a foul on Cada, running up the back of the FIU player. Well, Solitude's working so hard.
Yeah, he is.
And
They
just
can't
no
get him a touch.
chance. Yeah, they can't beat him in the post. Another three-point attempt. That goes down. How about back-to-back threes? It's Jaden Grant with the triple. And it's a 4-point ball game.
Well, they're having to take him because that D is just sagged so far off. Grant hits a big one. Look at this, a 4-point game.
This is his 8th 3 of the season. An FIU bench getting a little energy. The feed inside, stripped and taken away. Oh, and Grant just couldn't grab onto it. He had the steal, just couldn't secure it. It'll be Western Kentucky basketball on the other side. But back-to-back threes from the Panthers have them right back in the mix. It's a 4-point ball game with 15:28 to go. 4-point ball game, Western Kentucky leads. Naz, if I had told you that FIU would be out shooting Western Kentucky from 3 in this game, you'd have looked at me like I was crazy. But here we are, 4 of 16 from 3 for FIU. Western Kentucky 0 of 10. Now, this is the 3rd best three-point shooting team in conference play this season. They make over 8 a game. They've been shut out from beyond the arc.
Very surprising, but then that's been the way of this entire game.
McHenry trying to change that. That may have been tipped off his hand.
Got a piece of it, I think.
And FIU comes away with it. Chance to get this down to a 1-possession ball game. Team Jones kicks to the corner. Get back to Solitude. Little elbow jumper off the mark. One of the few looks he's had. I don't know if that's really where you want him getting the basketball.
Yeah, not a bad shot. He just was not ready to shoot it.
That one tapped back. Lander chases it down just in front of the timeline. He backs it out, calls for the Bayless screen. Cut him off. Bayless, late shot clock situation. How many times have we seen this today? That time he couldn't convert. And FIU will get another stop. Let's check in with Annie.
Yeah, Matt, Coach Ballard was happy with what his team has done in this half so far, but he said we need to be winning each 4-minute war. He wants to see them set some more ball screens, but really at the end of the day, he said it's all about defense right now. We need to dominate in all areas defensively. Also, he said he wants them to be active on the glass as well.
Well, they were active right there.
Yeah.
The rebound and put back from Solitude. That ball deflected into the backcourt, so no backcourt violation. But they're holding Western Kentucky right now to 35% shooting in this ball game.
Yeah, they're getting the defense that Coach Ballard wants.
A 2-point game here with 14 minutes to go. Lander, wild into the paint, and he'll get a little bit of foul going against FIU. That was Gittens, who I believe will be whistled for the foul. Yeah, listen, Jeremy Ballard, I don't think you have a whole lot to complain about. Sure, you'd love to make more shots.
Right.
But the defensive effort has kept you right in this when you've had one of the worst shooting stretches of the entire season take place.
Yeah, it's a testament to these guys that just will not quit, will just find a way. It's not going to be pretty at all.
Not been. I can confirm that.
But wow, just to be in this game, been down, but to cut it to just 2, now it's a 3, but they're just finding a way. Just grind, just keep grinding.
One more free throw for Lander. Gets them both. He's up to 8 points in the ball game. He and Braxton Bayless each with 8 to lead the way for the Hilltoppers.
Edlin out there with full-court pressure.
Williams has space, 3 ball. That's kind of a knuckleball out of his hand, and he missed everything. He made a few threes. I still think Jeremy Ballard is saying, listen, I know we've had a couple go down.
Let's not go crazy.
That's still not our game. That's still not where we have succeeded when we've been at our best.
Yeah, like that one, you're kind of taking a dribble to the side three. That's definitely not what they want. Get one where the ball's moving, and you get a nice spot up three in rhythm.
Alabay, strong take, rises up in the paint. Boy, aggressive move from Enoch Columbe, the senior. They have matchups, Western Kentucky, that you feel like, boy, they just haven't been able to exploit.
Yeah. And it's kind of hard to take advantage because FIU's so uncharacteristic. Sometimes they'll switch, sometimes they won't, sometimes they'll trap. So it's hard to plan those out, those opportunities.
Brewer,
wow,
in traffic, off the window, and a foul.
Man, you talk about a slasher. That is the definition right there. Hop, skip, jump, squeeze between a couple guys. Look at that. Soft finish, takes the contact.
And in a game where it has been so difficult to get to the rim.
Yeah, that's Brewer at his best. That's his game right there.
Brewer leads FIU with 10 points tonight. Also has 5 rebounds in the ball game. Free throw rims off, and it goes out of bounds. 2 Hilltoppers fighting over it, and it goes out of bounds back to FIU. See if the Panthers can take advantage of the miscue. Brewer on the wing now. Gives it to Abar. He drives into a body and draws the foul. That was Keita whistled for the foul. And that's his 3rd. Abar, a little bit of a foot speed advantage there with the big man Keita coming out on him.
Yeah, Keita kind of just ran out there off balance, and good recognition by Abar.
Team Jones, top of the key, he's gonna drive, now looking for help. Gets it to Abar. Underhand pass. Back to Jones, 8 on the shot clock. I'm not sure if he knew where he was throwing that one. Ends up with Grant, 3, online, short, and a whistle underneath. And are they gonna get Abar on that? I think they are. He was jockeying for position, and the whistle is gonna go against Jonathan Abar. That's number 4 on Abar.
Yeah, you couldn't really see it there. I think he's got their arms locked up, and Abar kind of hooked him. There's some trap coming.
Long pass, Edlin just got off the floor enough to snag that one.
Wow, tough pass by Jackson to escape the trap.
Lander taking some contact, no whistle. The rebound, and it looked like Keita just passed it to Lander, who happened to be standing out of bounds. Hank Plona's got his arms outstretched saying, do we not blow whistles here? He is furious. Thought his guy was fouled. As it is, FIU basketball trailing by 4.
I mean, coming out of high school, Christian was a 5. Coach told us Christian felt like he disappointed people, like he didn't live up to the notoriety that he had coming out of high school. So when he arrived at WKU, the process began of building up Christian's confidence again, getting him in the right headspace. His coach has seen that breakthrough happen in this Hilltoppers program, and guys, it helps that his final 2 seasons have come for a university that he's passionate about. His dad played football for Western Kentucky. It's a family program, and Christian takes great pride in what he does for them.
Yeah, you know, and he was a key member of that team a year ago. He had
Yes.
double-digit score in all 3 conference tournament games last year as Western Kentucky made their run to the championship. So, yeah, he has a lot to be proud of what he's done in a WKU uniform. Drive, oh, the scoop, and it circled the rim and fell out. The circus shot almost went down for Asim Jones.
Goodness.
Now Western Kentucky quickly the other way. That's a goaltend. Enoch Colombe will get the bucket. And you're starting to see, listen, Colombe's a big, strong dude. He's been able to take advantage of that here a couple of times in the second half.
Yeah, I think they're going to him on purpose.
That's some pressure shown by Western Kentucky. Brewer. Oh my! Rose up and a whistle going to go against Western Kentucky as Brewer skied, looking for a finger roll over the top of the defense.
Yeah, I couldn't see who it was trying to take a charge.
Yahi ended up coming down on the arm.
Try to go high for the block. Yeah, I don't.
Back to the line.
Yeah, I don't know if they see a mismatch or something, but a couple times they've ran it. As soon as Colombe touches it, he just goes off the dribble. Again, size and strength. Been successful a couple times, one on his own and one on the goaltend there.
Jaden Brewer up to 11 points. He averages just over 14 a game. Big step from a year ago. He was about 8.5 points per game last year. They've asked for more from him, and he is delivered.
For sure. Oh, nice job by Jackson.
Colombe again, this time leaves it off. Bodies strewn about the deck. And now a whistle and a foul call. That was Solitude just.
Yeah, somebody undercut him.
Sprawled out on the ground.
He went for the block. And yeah, FIU sprung a trap up there. They were off and running. Well, yeah, Colombe is just his glad nobody's hurt.
Lander. Solid gets the rebound. FIU still down just 4. For all the struggle, they are right in this thing. A chance to steal one, potentially. Solitude, he thought about a 3.
Why not?
I mean,
no, that was a smart decision not to shoot that one.
now they go into him. In the paint, throws it up, draws the foul. It ends up being the right choice, to your point.
Yeah, they come back around to him and give it to him where he can really be effective down in the block.
They'll get a couple of free throws now. FIU, only 6 of 11 from the free throw line. Big man gets that one to fall. Quiet night for Vianney Solitude, 5 points. He does have 8 rebounds, however.
Yeah, there's just been no room for him to work. I mean, just the sagging defense, the double coverage on any kind of catch or touch down in the block.
FIU was excited to get Solitude. He originally signed last year with Long Beach State. But you may remember, Long Beach fired their head coach, Dan Munson, before the conference tournament.
Yeah.
And they're like, you can go ahead and coach it, whatever, we don't care. And they went and won the thing.
Amazing.
Got to the tournament. They still stuck with their decision, fired him. And when they did, Solitude denies that one. When they did, he went back into the portal and ended up at FIU. They're glad he did. He initiates that break with the rejection, and we're down to a 1-point ball game.
Man, off and running. Williamson, great job getting the ball ahead to Brewer. And Brewer has such touch. I mean, he's running 100 miles an hour down the court, and just to lay it off the glass so softly. What a talent.
Lander, three-pointer, too strong. Rebound by Solitude, now a whistle. And I think they're gonna get an FIU foul here.
Yeah, they're saying they grabbed Marshall on the ground. Look at this, blocked by Solitude, pushing the ball. Williamson up to flying Brewer. Well, he makes it look easy. That is big-time difficulty right there.
So Western Kentucky will keep the basketball.
Yeah, Solitude had the rebound, and I think they were worried. I think Williamson was worried about Marshall's size and held him to cause the foul.
Yahi, he finishes at the rim. The big fella, his first bucket of the ball game.
Yeah, nice job in the out-of-bounds play. Screen, rolled back to the ball, caught it high, kept it high. That's the key. Soft finish.
Brewer, the bigger Marshall on him, gives it up. Getting the backdoor cut, laying off the window for Asim Jones.
Yeah, nice cut, nice dish.
I can tell you, Naz, there are not many folks from FIU in the stands.
That's right.
That bench is providing all the energy they need right now. They are into it.
They're all clapping in unison. Half of them are standing. A few guys slapping the floor.
Marshall trying to back his way in. Lost the handle as he went up. Stolen away by Brewer. Spinning through traffic. Rising up. Couldn't finish, but he draws the whistle. And he'll go to the line with a chance to give FIU a lead.
Well, Coach Ballard challenged him to step up his defensive game. He did that. He's part of that knock away there. Comes in, helps, gets the block on Marshall. He goes the whole way. Look at that bunch of pump fakes. Draws the foul.
As I don't use this word often to describe athletes. Brewer is graceful.
Yes.
You know, he is his body control and the way he moves.
Yeah,
he's different.
I'm right. He flies through the air and lays those soft finger rolls up. The other one was off the glass, but he's to have the control at that speed is really amazing.
And here we are, 8:59 to go in the ball game. We're all tied up at 42 all. Things getting a little chippy between some of,
well, Brewer and Marshall had a little bit thing down the one end, and now
Williamson came in.
Williamson's the peacemaker. He's slapping hands, saying, "Hey guys, let's go. Let's go. We're all playing hard."
Maturity there from your freshman. You like to see that.
Yeah, he went over there and gave Marshall a little skin and said, "Man, come on, we're all playing hard. We don't need all the talk."
This is the first lead for FIU since it was 2-0.
It's just amazing. Pure guts and just fight. And that's what Jeremy Ballard preaches to these guys, and they believe.
Bayless lost the handle, moving a little too quick, threw it away. FIU comes away with it.
Got numbers.
The pass ahead and the foul on the other end. And now this FIU defense is starting to get some of those turnovers and the fast break opportunities they've been looking for.
Yeah, they have just grinded away offensively, and now the defense is doing what it does best, causing turnovers and getting some runouts.
43-42. The Panthers trying to steal one. Timeout on the floor. We'll take one as well. A great finish upcoming over these last 8 minutes, 49 seconds. Will it be FIU? Will it be Western Kentucky? We're about to find out. Well, Jaden Brewer has been everything the FIU Panthers have needed tonight. 16 points to lead the way, 4 of 10 from the field, 7 of 9 from the free throw line, and including the big banked-in three to beat the buzzer at the half.
Yeah, we highlighted him as the player to watch, and you're seeing why. Again, he gets on the all-conference honorable mention team. You know, if you put a few other guys around him, you know, he'd probably be even better. But what a great player, and fits in this system and style perfectly. Other guys feed off his energy too, and man, huge reason why they have a lead in this game. Did you ever think that would happen?
No, I did not. A lot of energy on that FIU bench. Annie was just hanging out over there. Annie, what's going on?
Yeah, Matt, nothing but energy in that FIU huddle just now. I mean, people were dapping each other up all around, and what their coach Ballard said that he appreciated that they did is the way that they've been working on Braxton Bayless, limiting what he can do. He said their offense is rattled right now, just keep pushing, but he also said we can't let them get downhill. Energy, toughness, that's what we can control right now, the way that we stay poised. again, it was the message of another 4-minute war. Just keep swinging, keep going, and play our style.
Yeah, and on the other side, if you're Western Kentucky, what do you need to do now? You've kind of gotten punched in the mouth a little bit here over the last few minutes. That certainly helps as Bayless gets to the rim for 2.
Yeah, we just said they were trying to focus on Bayless. That time he breaks free, but yeah, I mean, you can't get down on yourself. Yes, you gave away a double-digit lead, but you still got a lot of clock, and you got some good things that have been successful. I think the first thing, they got to take care of the ball. Stop playing into FIU's hands with the careless turnovers.
Yeah, all those turnovers leading to runouts the other way. Solitude, 6 on the shot clock, gives it out to Williamson. Working on Elam, the crossover. The runner puts it up, no, and Solitude fortunate. He didn't get whistled for a foul coming over the back there. Chance for the Hilltoppers to regain the lead. Marshall draws the foul as he just lowers the shoulder. And that'll be the 7th team foul on FIU. Also gets us to the under-8 timeout. 1-point ball game, 7:47 left. The season on the line for FIU and Western Kentucky. This is what March is all about, Nas. Might we have an upset brewing here at the Conference USA Championship? The 10-seed FIU leading Western Kentucky by 1 with 7:47 to go. Nas, this FIU team, Coach Ballard talked to us about it. He said, listen, we're trying to turn people over, but it doesn't matter if we keep turning it over ourselves. They're last in the league in conference games, almost 15 turnovers per game, but not tonight. Just 6 turnovers this evening. Yeah, they haven't shot the ball well, but they've also taken care of the basketball.
Yeah, I was going to say, they haven't shot the ball well. They haven't shot themselves in the foot by turning it back over, and that was a point of emphasis. You know, he told us there's just no margin. You know, there's just so much little margin for error. They have done an absolute fabulous job taking care of the ball and causing turnovers of their own.
Let's check in once again with Danny.
Yeah, Matt, you're wondering what's going on in that WKU huddle. Right now, they're staying cool, calm, and collected. Coach Plona telling his team, don't rush. We need to keep pushing the ball, but we know it's going to get chaotic, so we have to maintain our composure throughout all of that. Really, the entire huddle, they were just going over their set plays, making sure they can execute those to the best of their ability in the final minutes here.
Yeah, it is going to be chaotic. FIU will make sure of that.
Yeah, and that's wise. There's a lot. It feels like the end of the game, but there's still over 7 minutes left. So you got to pace yourself. You got to keep your emotions in check. Long way to go.
Jones gets in the paint, kicks to the corner, extra pass, 3-ball on the way, misses everything. Ashton Williamson gonna pull the string on that one. Marshall with the rebound, brings it down the floor.
Yeah, Marshall has the strength advantage. He kind of backs Brewer down in, but doesn't get the basket.
Yeah, Brewer did enough. Now numbers if they hurry. Brewer scoops. Nope. Took an extra step before he left the ground, and so he's called for a travel. He looks at Jeremy Ballard and says, was it? Ballard said, I don't know. Just keep playing. Chance for FIU.
I think he can really fly through the air that far. I don't think it was a travel.
Hard to see if he took a quick extra step.
Yeah, I think he kind of caught it mid-stride. It was just...
That's the 7th turnover of the night now. Takes points off the board. McHenry has been quiet this evening. Put that one up. No, the follow off the mark. Another chance missed.
I think that was Kalambe that got a second chance at it. Just could not make it fall.
Brewer's injured. Brewer is hurt across the way. He's grabbing at his right shoulder. I didn't see what happened on that play.
Yeah, he's just letting that shoulder hang down. You just hope it hasn't popped out. Oh, gosh.
Brewer in a lot of pain as he walked in towards that FIU sideline. See if we can see what happened here at the end of this play. Tangled up with Kalambe.
Yeah, his arm was like over top of Kalambe, and unfortunately sometimes that upward hit on your shoulder can knock it out of place or kind of feel like it's knocked out of place. That's why his arm kind of went dead there for a while. I'm seeing him over there now. He's kind of working it around, a little range of motion going on.
Who do they turn to with him on the sideline? He has been the guy. Well, how about Akeem Jones? He might be able to fill that role. Somehow just got it up on the rim with a little English.
Yeah, that
it
thing
spun through, and he has a chance for a three-point play.
Yeah, I mean, he split 2 or 3 guys. What an effort to just take that thing off the dribble and get it up on the rim, and just enough of spin to think that thing crawl in. Tough shot.
So Jones to the line, a chance to give the Panthers a 3-point advantage. 6:35 to go. And he hits. FIU has shot 32% from the field in this ball game, yet they lead it by 3. What kind of poise will Western Kentucky show here over the last 6+ minutes?
Yeah, run some offense, move the ball around, get players moving.
Good pass back to Marshall. That 3 doesn't go. Tapped out, rebounded by Bay, and he lays it in, and a whistle. He'll have a chance to tie it from the line.
Man, Western Kentucky just did everything they could do to keep that alive. A couple tip balls. That time Bay comes up with it. Strong finish, exactly what they needed.
And it was McHenry that got up there at the left hand and just poked it out. They kept that ball alive.
Yeah, that is a smart play by a seasoned veteran. You can't grab it, just poke it to a teammate.
Let's check in with Annie. She has an update on Jaden Brewer.
Yeah, Matt, no doubt that Brewer was in a lot of pain when he came off the floor, but he was moving his arm up and down. He got out some exercise bands, was testing the mobility of his shoulder, and he told his coaches he's good to go, so he should be back in the game soon.
That's great news for the Panthers.
Yeah, I think that hit just makes your arm, made his arm kind of go dead, and you're worried, but started moving it around a little bit, hit the bands. Glad he's gonna be able to come back in.
Solitude, little mid-range jumper is pure.
Yeah, now see, that time he was ready. He was squared up, ready to receive it, in motion. Big shot by Solitude.
FIU goes back in front. Henry trying to get downhill, cut off. Was that? They're screaming for a double dribble.
Yeah,
was it not?
It looked that way, but maybe it was just a decoy. He kind of brought his other hand up, but maybe it never touched the ball.
Jeremy Ballard, he's wanting an explanation right now. He's not really getting one. Abar kicks it out. Williamson will try another 3. Left it short. 2 Hilltoppers going for the rebound, and fortunate to keep possession. Now Bay gonna slow it up. 50-50 ball game, just under 5 minutes to play. Keita hands it off. Jalen Jackson trying to keep that dribble as he struggles to maintain it. 7 on the shot clock. Jackson's got to go. In traffic, ball knocked free, and it will stay with Western Kentucky with 2.6 remaining on the shot clock. Meanwhile, across the way, Jaden Brewer coming back in the ball game for FIU. And Western Kentucky wants a timeout. See if they can draw something up here in a late shot clock situation. 50-50 ball game, Naz.
Exciting. I told you, it wasn't pretty, but it was exciting.
You nailed it. You nailed it. It has been an odd game, to say the least. Western Kentucky, 0 of 13 from 3. 3 assists in the entire ball game. FIU, they've been shooting it even worse than that from the field, 32%. And yet somehow we're tied here 50-50.
Yeah, and what you see and what you gotta love is it's tournament time. And you see 2 teams and guys just fighting for their lives, for all they got, just to keep your team alive to play another day. It's just great stuff. You gotta love it.
Well, the winner will get Jacksonville State. FIU lost both games, including a double overtime loss on March 1st. Western Kentucky, also lost both games. So Jacksonville State gonna face a team they've had a lot of success against either way. And gonna face a team most likely that has gone through the ringer to win this one. How about that bucket and the foul? Why not? Draw it up for Blaze Cada.
My goodness. Little ball screen, roll right back.
You say late shot clock. Yeah, you want to get to a Lander, maybe a McKin. No. Get it to Blaze.
I think Cade was like, guys, just let me lay here for a second and get a rest. Big shot, man. That was huge, and the foul.
And that was the 5th on Jonathan Abar. So his night is done. Will his season be done? That's up to the rest of his teammates.
Yeah. A couple times tonight that Western Kentucky has scored off an inbounds. They've done a real nice job getting some initial action, and then this time Cada with the rollback. And Marshall got one earlier in the game.
There you go, rattles out, and it remains a 2-point ball game. See how effective Brewer can be back in the game now after taking that shot to the shoulder. Williamson probing, wild shot, draws the whistle. You know what, Naz, that's the tough thing when you're playing defense.
Yep.
You see the bigs just work each other over, right? And then you're a guard, you kind of just throw yourself in there, and sometimes you get a whistle. If I was one of those big guys, I'd be like, man, what?
Yeah, what do we got to do?
What do I have to do?
It took Cada, ended up on his back, laying in the lane.
You got to get
the
depleted to get a whistle if you're playing in the post. Williamson, the freshman, to the free throw line. He's got 8 points. He's had a nice game tonight.
Yeah, he really has. He's played with great composure.
5 rebounds, 4 assists.
Yeah,
well.
some nice penetrations to pass, and then also hit some big shots of his own.
Including those free throws to tie this thing back up.
Yeah, that's pretty tough.
And it allows FIU to set up some pressure. Now they'll back out of it. Clock ticks down towards 4 minutes to go in this ball game. Jackson looking for help, finally gets it to Cada. This possession, really kind of struggling to get in sync. 8 on the shot clock now. Jackson, the drive. What do we got? Offensive foul. Put the shoulder right into, who was that, Gittens? Yeah, Gittens stood in there, took it in the chest. So a big call gives it back to FIU. Tie ball game, 3:54 to go. $52-all, 3:54 to go. Here's your game reset. Both teams in the double bonus, so shooting 2 free throws the rest of the way. Possession arrow points towards the Hilltoppers. You know, we talked to Jeremy Ballard today, and he said he told his group this weekend, you know, not everybody gets to go to their conference championship.
Yeah.
He said there's some leagues where you wouldn't get to do
That's
that.
right.
Savor this opportunity. Make the most out of this opportunity. Because not every last place team in the league gets a chance to do what we're doing.
You get one more chance at it, make the most of it.
Say they're doing that so far tonight.
They absolutely have.
Chance to take a lead. Freshman Ashton Williamson handles the basketball. Jones now, they're looking, trying to get down to Solitude. They get it into him, working on Cada. Rises over the top of him. No, the follow almost put down by Brewer, and now he backs it out of bounds. It'll go back to Western Kentucky. Brewer rose up above everybody else and almost tipped that one in.
So Western's going to have to really take care of the ball, be very deliberate, run good offense. They've had a couple possessions where the movement's really been nice. The ball's been moving around until they found a seam.
Bayless turns back.
Yeah, I don't like this.
A lot of dribbling. He gets it to Marshall, working on the smaller Brewer. Backs him in. Spins to the right hand, no. The rebound grabbed by FIU. Marshall got himself to a good spot on the court. Now the pass ahead to Solitude. Oh, ill-advised decision. Quickly the other way. Colombe couldn't finish.
Oh my
he missed the layup.
Man, FIU throws it in that pass. They did not need that pass. Bad decision, and Colombe could not finish.
This game.
What are they doing to us?
Unbelievable. Brewer looking for help. Solitude, mid-range jumper, no. The offensive rebound and the putback. Deshaun Gittins, his first basket from the field in this game. It's a big one.
And now he's limping. He came down awkwardly on his ankle.
And now a foul going against FIU on the rebound. Yeah, Gittins is hobbled. Take a look at this offensive rebound. Deshaun Gittins hadn't made a shot all night.
Yeah, Solitude hit one a few minutes ago from there. This one way off, but right into the hands of the waiting Gittins. And it was there on as he went to push off to go back down court. Just kind of tweaked it.
Solitude whistled for the foul a moment ago. Gittins just tying. You got to tighten those things up best you can. Keita to the free throw line. On the season, a 63% shooter.
Stepping up there with 2, and that's always easier than the 1-and-1.
Yeah. It looked like he left it short. It just crawled in. Unbelievable. We have seen just some bizarre stuff in this ball game, and it has been
entertaining.
It has been a lot of fun.
For sure.
One more coming for Keita. A chance to tie it up. Too strong. Rebound pulled down by FIU's Williamson. A 1-point lead in the ball, under 2.5 to go.
Yeah, you got to play good D without fouling. Both teams in the bonus. You don't want to give your opponent easy shots. Make them earn it.
Brewer had it knocked away, saved it, nearly threw it into the backcourt. It's tracked down by Williamson. 10 on the shot clock. Uses the screen from Solitude. Gets in the paint, throws it up, no. And the rebound taken by McHenry. Western Kentucky, a chance to take the lead. McHenry backing out, calling for a screen.
Yeah, he's had a tough night. You feel he's due, though.
3-ball, no. They still haven't found the shot from 3. Lander looking for help, gets it out to Marshall. He'll drive to the rack. He couldn't convert. Solitude grabs the rebound. Boy, bodies everywhere on every play, Naz. No whistle.
Yeah.
And with 1:34 to go, FIU takes a timeout, leading by 1.
What we are witnessing is it's crazy. I don't know how many games I've seen in my lifetime. I've not seen one like this.
So Jeremy Ballard probably realizing, listen, there's only so many possessions left in this game. You have a chance to extend your lead.
Yeah.
Let's take a timeout.
Yeah, get your
catch your breath.
Yeah, everybody get on the same page. Draw something up.
Meanwhile, on the other side, just a tough shooting night. Don McHenry, 1 of 9 from the field. You just keep waiting. He's pulled up for a couple of threes there, and you kept waiting for him to hit that big shot, and he may still.
Yeah, I was going to say, this was not that last 3 he just took looked really good right till the end, but for Western Kentucky, you're still in great shape. Just play great one-possession defense, get a stop, clean up the glass, and you're in business. You got Keita in there as a shot blocker, rim protector. Marshall, who's done a good job defensively.
So if you're FIU, Naz,
well,
what are you drawing up here?
Yeah.
Something to get Brewer the basketball.
Yeah, some little dribble exchange. But that's what I would do. Get Brewer off some movement and just let him slash, do what he does best.
Got Lander on him. Gets in the paint, throws up a wild left-hand shot and gets the whistle.
Yeah, went right into the body of Keita.
And Plona is still asking officials, did you not just bail him out? And he's saying, just threw up a wild shot. So Brewer to the stripe, a chance to extend the lead.
Yeah, I guess whatever you want to say, you got to give it to the officials. They have let them play both ways. Both teams have kind of had the advantage off the dribble and gotten some calls.
That was the 4th foul on Keita. He, along with Jalen Jackson, each have 4 for Western Kentucky. Second one for Brewer. Got 1 of 2.
Yeah, 1 of 2 at least.
So he has 17 points on the night. Brewer is going to sub out. Maybe they're trying to go a little defense for offense here in the late stages of this one. FIU going to back off the pressure.
Yeah, last time I think there was too much dribbling. I'd like to see, get some movement, get some guys cutting, maybe get a ball screen.
Marshall cut off by Solitude, tries to take it into the big man, and finishes at the rim. Took it right at the shot blocker and got it to go.
Yeah, I like that. They brought Marshall out, not only got him the ball, got him a ball screen.
And now you're on the offensive end without Brewer if you're FIU.
Yeah, without the stoppage. That hurts.
Jones with the basketball. Kicks it out. Grant thought about the three, gives it right back to Jones. He'll drive. And a whistle. Boy, he got that one denied by Keita.
Yeah, the
but
foul.
A whistle first.
I think it was on Lander down low. He didn't realize that Keita was lurking behind him to send it away.
Take another look. Yeah, big bump there before the block came. So I see Jones to the free throw line. He was a 76% free throw shooter during the year. Chance to put the Panthers in front with 49.4 seconds remaining. And it hits off the rim about 8 times before it falls through. Jones has a smile on his face after that one. One more free throw coming. Got them both. Wow. Big free throws.
Let's see if they go back to Marshall. They think they got an advantage with his size at the 4 position and his dribbling ability.
They're guarding him right now. They get it to McHenry. How many big shots has he made in his Western Kentucky career? But first, a timeout from Hank Plona. That's his last timeout with 37.8 remaining. He wants to make sure they get everything out of this possession they can.
Yeah, no sense saving them.
Yeah.
Get the guys regrouped, get them a little rest, get everybody on the same page. You just got to come out with one good offensive step.
I'm with you, though. It has seemed like they've had a mismatch with Marshall. That time you had the smaller, the 6'3" Gittins guarding him on that possession.
Yeah, so if you can get Marshall like off a ball screen with any kind of momentum, you know, even if the defender is, riding his hip, he's got the strength and the size to go in there and go up over.
Western Kentucky, 0 of 15 from three-point range. If you were going to hit one, now's the time.
Well, and if anybody's got one in them, Don McHenry over there is certainly due. And maybe what you do is you run a guy off penetration. If you don't have it, don't force it. Look for the McHenry to maybe be on the ball side for a kick out.
McHenry tonight 0 of 4 from deep, 1 of 9 from the field. It has been a struggle offensively.
If you get the basket, you're in good shape. If you don't, you got to crash glass, hope you get it, and then maybe you got to probably start fouling because this FIU team, with their ball handlers, they could run the clock out.
Marshall to inbound it. Hank Plona, first-year head coach. What does he have up his sleeve here off this play? Feed down low, it's deflected, taken away. The freshman Williamson got a hand in the way. It's stolen.
They don't
and
need
now
to shoot
Western Kentucky commits the foul. They were trying to get it into Marshall.
Yeah, Marshall made a great basket cut. And I just don't know that he was looking, and somebody stuck an arm in there to deflect it.
I don't think Williamson even saw the basketball. He just stuck his arm out,
and it hit him.
Hit his arm, and FIU now has a chance to make this a 2-possession ball game. Jones just knocked down 2 free throws a moment ago. Hits the first here. 3-point ball game. Here's the play. Take a look at the pass. And just off the arm, well covered by the freshman Williamson.
Yeah, kind of like a defensive back. Right. You sense the ball coming, you just get your arm in the passing lane. Did a perfect job.
Second free throw good. 2-possession game. Western Kentucky doesn't need a 3. They do need something quick.
Don't foul if you're FIU. You got to get a quick one.
McHenry's pump fake, leans in, missed the 3. Rebound for FIU and the foul. And they may just do it, Naz.
I cannot believe it. What an effort It's a 2-possession game with FIU going to the line for more.
And you didn't need that kind of three in that. You didn't need a three
No.
necessarily at all there.
I kind of thought Bayless was going to go all the way to the rim and just get penetration, because you know FIU would have been backing off to not want to foul. But
so Jones, a chance to further salt this one away from the line. He's up to 13 points in this ball game.
Yeah, now even with this basket, it's still only 2 possessions. Now you need threes, though.
Yeah.
You got to get it down, whoever it is. You got to spot up, get a quick one off.
Jones gets them both. He has hit 6 clutch free throws here late.
So you need some guys spotting up quick. You got to pull it.
McHenry, 3 ball. The foul in the bucket! He's fouled and hits the 3. A chance for a 4-point play. Oh, it's not over yet.
If there was one thing you absolutely did not need to do.
Oh, goodness.
Wow.
Jaden Grant commits the foul, the first 3 of the game. And now a chance to make it a 4-point play.
Yeah, and we said, McHenry, we knew he had one in him. It could not have come at a better time for Western Kentucky.
And it's a 2-point game. Now you gotta inbound this thing.
Yeah.
The pressure comes from Western Kentucky.
Yeah, and they can put some pressure on too. You gotta get it in, take care of it.
A whistle and a timeout by Jeremy Ballard.
Wow, he called that at the absolute last.
Everyone in the building
second.
wearing red hoped that whistle was a 5-second count. Instead, it's a timeout for FIU.
Can this game get any crazier, man?
Oh, goodness. Here's another look at that 3 a moment ago from Don McHenry. You've just been waiting for him to get it going.
Yeah.
And there's just no reason.
There's no reason, and he does get him on the wrist.
So that changes things dramatically. You're FIU right now, job number 1, you got to get this ball inbound. You still have 1 timeout remaining.
Yeah. You got to get the ball in safely, protect it. If you're Western Kentucky, go for a steal. Take some risks, because whatever happens, if they get it in, you got to foul right away. And then the pressure's on FIU to be able to step to that free throw line and hit them.
So it'll be Jay Brewer to inbound it. Asim Jones has been the guy knocking down the free throws here down the stretch.
Yeah,
see if they can get him the basketball.
Yeah, with him being in rhythm and having gone there a few times, they need a long.
Deep pass, Salachum catches, and Salachum is fouled. So he'll go to the strike. Yanni Salachum, 71% free throw shooter on the season, but tonight just 1 of 3.
Yeah, nice job by Salachum to leak out. They had nothing in the front court, and he leaked out.
Left it well short. Western Kentucky's going to have a chance to tie at least. No timeouts remaining for the Hilltoppers. They've just got to go.
You got to go, and McHenry just hit one. He's a threat. Lander's a threat.
Salachum, it's the big second one. So here we go, a chance to tie for Western Kentucky, and the foul committed by FIU. So fouling up 3, they're not even going to give the Hilltoppers a chance to tie.
Yeah, I like the decision. You and I have talked about this a lot, especially when you got a guy like Don McHenry on the floor. You just don't want to give people a free look. So this 6.6 is very interesting. If there was less time, you feel like you got to make one and then ram it off the back.
I think you make them both if you're
I
fans,
think,
don't you?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I think you have enough time to make them and then get a foul and put the pressure back on them to hit free throws.
First one is good for Braxton Bayless. On the season, he was only a 59% free throw shooter.
Yeah, well, that was just all net.
And now,
stepped up there.
if you're FIU, you have got to secure a rebound.
Yes.
Because the whole foul up 3 thing only works if you can get a rebound.
Yeah, if they decide to do the purposeful miss.
He got them both.
That's what I thought they would do. They got enough time to try to now again go for a trap, go for a steal, see if you can't get the ball. If not, foul right away.
Brewer again will be the trigger man. Last time it was a deep one to Solid June.
Yeah, last time Western Kentucky did a great job, brought everybody up, had everything covered. Let's see if FIU has a longer option this time.
I'm not sure what Coach Plona was asking for there, but whatever explanation he got must have been good enough. FIU to inbound it. And the foul committed on the freshman, Ashton Williamson. He'll go to the line as that was Jalen Jackson flying in. But what'd that run? 0.4 of a second on the clock?
Yeah, that was a real good job by Western Kentucky. Almost got to the ball in time, but certainly did not lose any clock at all, much at all.
Ashton Williamson, 63% free throw shooter. 2 of 2 here tonight, as that's the 5th foul on Jalen Jackson, so he's out of the ball game. But you're a freshman. Kid out of Gary, Indiana. They make them tough in Gary, Indiana. It doesn't get much tougher than this. Trying to close out an upset win with 6 seconds left.
Now, if he misses, you got enough time to go coast to coast, and you go right to the rim because you're only down 1.
Calmly hits the first.
Obviously, if he hits this, you need a 3. But if he misses, you only need a 2, and you got plenty of time to work with. Actually, for either option.
Got them both. Big shots for the freshman. Here we go. Gotta have a 3 for the Hilltoppers. Bayless leaves it to McHenry. On the move, left it short. That's it. FIU with the upset.
Unbelievable, Matt. You think how this game started. They could not buy a basket. They were down, FIU was down double digits for a big part of that first half. The little flurry right before halftime woke them up, and what a second half they had.
FIU at one point had missed 18 straight shots in the first half. They could not buy a bucket. It looked for a moment like they might get run out of the building.
Absolutely
and yet,
crazy.
They had that little run, 8-0 run in the last minute of the first half that got them to within 5. And then in the second half, shot for shot for shot, they battled with Western Kentucky and found a way at the free throw line, Naz.
Yes.
They ended up with 32 free throws. In the second half, they were 22 of 26 from the line, 85%. To help seal the deal. They got it done at the big moments. A team, Naz, that won 3 conference games, and they got it done in winning time.
They are the little engine that could, man. You just got to love their belief in each other, in their system, man. They play so hard, and it's just, man, you got to tip your cap to the effort. Got it from the free throw line. Jaden Brewer was phenomenal. Salachum, I said the bigs had to be big. He had a great game on the glass.
For a second year in a row, FIU, the last seed in this league, has sprung an upset in the first round. They survived to play Jacksonville State tomorrow night. Our Andy Corey standing by with the star of the night, Jaden Brewer.
Yeah, Jaden, I mean, you go back to the beginning of this game, not a single shot was falling. How did you guys manage to stay composed, stay locked in through all that?
Man, our coach always preached to us that defense was the main focus, man, and we just always kept riding it out. We knew that the shots were going to fall for us, and we just knew that we just had to keep having to defend and just keep playing hard and to never give up. So that's what we did, and now you see the outcome.
And Coach, you look at the fight that your team had in the second half, the way they fought. What sticks out to you the most?
Character and toughness. This guy's shoulder popped out. He hopped out of the game, kept playing. Our senior leader fouled out early. We told him, hey, you're going to get rest tonight. We're going to have a game tomorrow. And that was the war tonight. You know, for big stretches of the game, we couldn't score. We couldn't make layups. We couldn't make free throws, couldn't make shots, but we kept fighting. And this time of the year, any time of the year, it's always about your spirit and always about your response. And my guys were spiritual warriors tonight, and I'm so proud of them.
And Jaden, people looking from the outside in might not think a number 10 seed can make some noise in the tournament, but there's no question about the faith that you guys have in yourselves. Why do you have so much confidence?
We knew in the regular season conference we were always so close in these games, man, and our coach always had a belief in us that we need to just keep going and just keep fighting, man. And we knew that, man, we're a good team, man, and you can't count us out. So we marches here, man, we're going to show y'all what we're about.
Thank you, guys. Congratulations.
Thank you, Annie. This is life in Conference USA. Anybody on any night, FIU is moving on.
Amazing.
So for Annie Corey, Paul Nazigan, our entire team, I'm Matt Warner saying so long from Huntsville, Alabama, where once again the final score, FIU 64, Western Kentucky 61. All games airing on the ESPN networks are streaming live and archived on the ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN.